want to start off by giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Barak Kadesh, the honors to the apostles and elders of great mills on and tell me this truth. Alright, I'm going to do this bottled water. Alright, let's get into it.
When a dispute between two sides gets heated, it's usually the loudest voice that dominates the conversation. And after one of the driest summers in a decade, the cries over Nestle's bottling plant in Aberfoyle have reached a crescendo.
For people who hate the bottled water industry and everything it represents, this is the seed of all evil. But for the 300 or so people who work here, it's just another day at the office.
The backlash comes every 5 years, according to this HR manager, every time Nestle renews its 5-year permit to take water.
It's gotten pretty aggressive. This year, it's the most aggressive I've ever seen it.
Twitter, Facebook, even local radio stations channel that hostility.
You know, we had a couple employees that were pretty distraught because one of the local radio stations announced that Nestle employees should go out and find another job because their permit was not going to be renewed.
Nestle likely won't lose its permit, but it is under review. Right now, that permit lets the company take up to 3.6 million liters of local water a day for bottling, an unsustainable level, according to environmentalists, one that's dropped groundwater levels 1.5 meters. But Nestle says a drop or rise of 1.5 meters at a single site doesn't really say much.
Well, for instance, a private well, the levels fluctuate daily when you turn your well on and off by up to 4 to 7 meters. It's not uncommon. So I think that we really need to look at the big picture.
Nestle says it has 15 years of data from constant sampling. Temperature, color, flow, gradient, it's all monitored using sophisticated instruments. You don't need sophisticated technology, however, to know what Nestle sells the water for. It retails anywhere from $1 to $2.50 a bottle, but the price Nestle pays for that water might surprise you. $3.71 for every million liters. Do you think that's a fair price for water?
Well, the price for water is determined by the government, so it's not our role to set the price or to even input onto the price.
So I think what you're telling me is if somebody has a problem with the price you pay for water, they shouldn't take it up with you, they should take it up with the province.
The government sets the price for water, absolutely.
It might also surprise you to know that Nestle and its critics do have common ground. They both want to protect public water for the future. They want the province to establish clear and fair rules around how we use and pay for it. Colin Butler, CBC News, Aberfoyle.
Alright, you always say the government sets the price for water. Alright, this is something that we all know should be free, but in the Esau Kingdom, you gotta pay for your water. Alright, this is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is transferred from one people to another. Alright? Because it's an unrighteous thing to make people pay for something that they should be getting, for free. Alright? And all for the money. And they say they draining them people drinking water to while they going through a drought just so they can bottle it and sell it. So that just speaks for itself. This is Proverbs chapter 13 verse 11. Wealth gotten by vanity should be diminished, but he that gathers by labor should increase. So you gotta make your money and get things the right way. Alright. And we got one more CBS thing. And that's where this came from. This is a CBS story on bottled water, and I got one more. Alright. This one's here's what's in your bottled water.
Kids are learning about our impact on marine life here at Ripley's Aquarium in downtown Toronto. It's an amazing setting to underscore what's at stake.
And it's actually really bad for animals. Anyone know what that is?
Plastic.
That's right. Plastic is the most dangerous form of litter.
They hear how plastic could be making its way through the food chain.
Remember, who eats fish? We eat fish. Do you think the fish we eat have plastic in them?
Makes you wonder, what about the water we drink? I catch up with Ripley's diving team to hear more.
I haven't been diving in a few years, so it's like gonna come back to me, yeah.
They've experienced firsthand the threat plastics pose in the wild. You ever seen plastic in the water?
I have. Unfortunately, even in the most remote places that you think you're far away from all the land of all the populations, you will still find plastics, unfortunately.
Are we really ready to trade all this for convenience? We're buying more bottled water than ever before. How do we get so supersized on plastic? So plasticized? They tested.
This company sells water in both plastic and glass.
Exactly.
And it's still got plastic in the glass one.
Exactly.
Although in lower levels.
Yeah, it could be coming from the source, it could be coming in the bottling process itself, maybe from the air.
Might leave our gut and head into different organs, different parts of our bodies.
And we are seeing particles of that size.
When we have fed microplastics to animals, we have found things like liver toxicity. So the beginning of tumor promotion in the liver of a fish that's been exposed to microplastics for 2 months. But when it comes to humans, we just don't know.
Rockman says much more study is needed, and soon.
For me, it's something showing us that the mismanagement of our waste and our large use of materials is coming back to haunt us in our own food and on our own dinner plate. So hopefully that's enough for people to listen, to have some sort of wake-up call, to rethink the materials that we use and rethink our waste management system.
Back at Ripley's Aquarium, where bottled water is never sold, school kids take a lunch break and drink only from refillables.
Plastic water bottle? Who has a reusable one? You have you've got a reusable one there. And what's good about a reusable bottle? Just say it.
We don't have to, it won't go in the water. It's not made of oil.
Alright, so this is Amos 9:8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful king, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Alright, so things like that, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord. Alright, so the sinful kingdom, the Lord said He's gonna destroy it from off the face of the earth. And this thing, what they doing with this water is crazy. And like what they do, people in certain neighborhoods. There was one more article I was looking for, I couldn't find one more video. It's about these towns that got water that you can't drink out of. It's one near Dallas, where the town water ain't drinkable. You got Flint, Michigan, the town water ain't drinkable. So the only way to get water through their system, is to buy their bottled water. And that's just was a way for them to cut off water. Especially when you think back a few years, everybody had drinkable tap water. My tap water don't taste right in my house. It's just a weird taste. Sometimes it tastes like it's bleach or chlorine or something real strong off in it, and it's just weird. And I just think back as a kid, all my water was drinkable as a kid growing up. I never had that problem. This is Michael 2, verses 1 and 2. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. They cover fields and take them by violence, and then houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. So it's oppressing you in your house to have to buy bottled water. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing normal about it, even though this society try to make us think that it's normal. And I don't know if you caught one of them videos where they say the government decides what the price of the bottle of water is. So the government can go up on it whenever they choose. Alright? So it's all up to the government. Alright? This is Isaiah 24 verses 4 and 5. The earth mourns and fades away. The word language and it fades away. And the hardy people of the earth do language. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, which, the laws teach you how to take care of the land, the earth the right way so that it ain't messed up, and changed the ordinance and broken the everlasting covenant. Alright, so, if they would just follow the laws of the Bible, the earth would be okay, and we wouldn't be going through this. Alright, and then Isaiah, alright, 10 and 1. Woe unto them that declare unrighteous decrees, that write grievances which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the rights from the poor of my people, that widows might be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Forcing people to buy bottled water by not keeping their water clean, that's an unrighteous decree. We should be able to get clean water from the earth. You shouldn't have to use bottles. It's because of all the chemicals and things they are dumping into the water to where, our water ain't drinkable. Alright? And with that, and then you go get bottled water thinking you getting safer water, and now the bottle's got plastic in it. So the bottled water is harming you. So it's like you can't win no matter which route you go. That's Esau kingdom. And that's another reason why the Lord got to take this kingdom down, get rid of it, and give us a righteous kingdom back. And, should nobody have to drink water out of a bottle. So we should take better care of the earth to where we can just get our water from the earth. Alright? And with that, Shalom.